Mod time is here, thank goodness. Feels like forever since we've done mod time over here. 26 mods released today. All platforms, 13 new and 5 updates. And PC and Mac players got 5 new and 3 updates. As per usual, check your timestamps to see what you want to see first. And let's jump right in. Starting off today, we have a returning map for Farm Sim 22. This is Memphis, New York from Willie Boy 10102. It is a rural community in central New York with hot summers, wet springs, and harsh winters. Despite these relative extremes, life finds a way. Here is our PDA, and we have farmyards all over the place. Say farmyards, farmlands all over the place. So no extra crops or anything like that. If we jump over here to farmlands, we could see that we actually have like chunks that we could buy. And even here in this area, we have chunks that we could buy. We start off with an awesome assortment of fields. We have 4, 9, and 5 right here as well. Plus farmlands 10, 56, and 15. So we start off with an insane amount of fields. If you don't think I'm lying, 22 acres there, 30 acres there, and 20 acres there. So we start with, what is that, 72, 73 acres of farmland? Yeah. You can also buy the road system for $0. It is farmland number 1, located right here in the middle of farmland 54. It's just centralized to wherever all the roads and stuff are. So with it being $0, I would recommend buying that immediately. It's also worth noting that there's a lot of usable areas. For example, right here, we've got some horses, but we don't own farmland 53. And also when we go in here, horses are not showing up because there's stuff scattered all around this map that allows you to buy the land and then utilize the house. We got some stuff right here. It's very, very neat. We got some sheep over here, which is very cool. Again, you can buy the land, utilize the house, the garage, all of that, which I find super neat, very exciting. And I love that the modders given us the opportunity to use those. The modder says, compared to Farming Simulator 22, many properties are more immersive with usable garages, farmhouses, and even numerous animal pens scattered around the map to be purchased with the respective land. Farmland 44 is a large area with some pre-placed buildings, but all of those can be deleted to change the area into a large farm of your choosing. Farmland 32 is also left intentionally blank to allow for the player to create a home specifically for their liking. So here's Farmland 44, and I think we can call this Greenhouse City. So that is 44 right there. Yep, that is the most greenhouses I've ever seen in one place. But goodness gracious, if you like doing greenhouses, you don't have to put them down. So there's that. And here's Farmland 32, as they mentioned. Not a whole lot going on there. That is right here at the top left-hand corner of the map. I'll be honest with you guys, this seems like a really fun map to play on. You've got all the stuff that you would expect to have on here. We've got numerous different things around, all kinds of buildings to purchase and that kind of thing. We do have a standard crop calendar, so you don't have to learn anything new. We do start off with a chicken coop, but you don't really have a lot in there. Some great contracts as well. For example, Farmland 81, which is just across from the main farmyard. Harvesting contract, 21 grand. If you wanted to use your own equipment, you can, because we have great equipment to start with. We've also got no owned productions, but a bakery, carpentry, oil mill, preserved food factory, sawmill, spinnery, tailor shop, all available on the map. As far as our vehiculars go, we have some great stuff in here. It's not the biggest, but it is a really great set of starting equipment. Plus, you get a semi-truck, which is pretty rare when it comes to everything, which I am a big fan of. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is this. This is a required mod, and it's a starting piece of equipment that most people are going to delete immediately. Yes, unfortunately, this map does have some required mods, but they're not too bad. There's only 4 of them. And here they are. We got a water pump pack, that gravity wagon we showed off, Omatana's American Barn, and Ika's Garage with tool table. Now we make our way over to vehicles. We have quite a few of them today, starting off with the International IH70 from Sluches Mane. This comes in a pack. We've got the tractor itself, small one, 20 horsepower. It's basically riding mower. We also have the mowing deck on it, 1.5 meters to 7 miles an hour. And then we've got a cultivator for the back, so you can work on, I don't know, flower gardens, stuff like that. This is a very cool one. We don't have enough small tractors. I appreciate the small tractor tools. 15 horsepower required. Not that it matters. It's made for this tractor. So let's go over the specs. 11 mile per hour max speed, which ain't too bad. Weighs about half a ton by itself. Configurations, you can throw on a 15 kg weight, and you've got a 17 kg weight. That license plate looks silly. No one's gonna put a plate on this. Let's take those off. Goodness. Wheel setups, we've got all the way from 1.1 to 5.4. So let's go through them. Basically, 1 is going to be the tire, and then the next number is going to be the setups. And this is now tire set number 2, and we have them in different sets. Over to 3 now, into 4, and moving on to 5. So that's how they're doing those. Then we have a very similar setup for exhausts. So we have that in different colors into different setups, small or high. Then attacher points, we've got a 3-point around towards the back, or standard set. We will go for that 3-point on there. And then we've got colors. Now, I like color number 1. I hate that they do numbers for everything. It explains nothing. Nonetheless, that is your Cub Cadet color. So we're just going to leave it on that because, well, it feels right. Feels right. Other colors, we've got the hood on here, so you can change that one up. Design color, we'll go with the red, just see what that does. Ooh, gridding in the front, very cool. We have one for the tractor seat, and then lastly, one fold of rims. Gotta go chrome, baby! As far as the mower, we're only able to change up the yellow and the white color there. And then as far as the cultivator, again, just the white and the yellow being changed up. This does hook up via 3-point, so you will have to have that on there. So here we are. Start her up. It's International, says the Case IH 70, but it is based on a Cub Cadet, which is also pretty wild to me. All right, so let's take it. Let's drive over our mower here because this is the only way to get it. There we go. Got it. That was uncomfortable. And then let's pull it forward a little bit and let's get it hooked up to this cultivator because, of course, why not? It is set up as a, you can see the gear shift down there between dude's legs. That is super duper cool. Of course, we're in third there. Move it around, and there you go. I remember driving one of these. We had something very similar with pedals in the same place as well. Whenever I was growing up, I actually learned how to mow on a mower very, very similar to this. I think it had reverse and then 3 gears, I believe, but my parents would only let me mow in second gear because I think third was too fast. It is what it is. Of course, we got that cultivator in the back. There we go. Drops that down. Boop. Nice. I don't have a field. Fields are very far away from me right now, so we won't have to worry about that. Although, let's take the mower. Oh, it's a dude. Well, it goes through his leg. That's pretty rough, but let's do this. Man, I think this may be the same model of mower that I had. All of this looks so familiar. All right, let's get a little bit of mowing done. We're kicking everything off to the right-hand side there. Can we change that up any? No, doesn't look like it. So it just kind of is what it is. But we can turn it on and turn it off, spin them around. Can I mow right beside it as well? Yeah, mow right beside it. Oh, and all the grass goes away. I think I did that wrong. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I am super pumped to be driving this thing. That is great, man. I did want to check it out. The cultivator, we have to drive all the way up here to the field. Let's see here. Let's drop that down. I'm also curious. We can. That's so stupid. It's got GPS. There it is. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at that. Rocking GPS, man. Oh, our mower deck is still on the ground. There we go. We'll raise that up. Nice. This is silly. This is very silly. And I like it. Oh, can I mow at the same time? Hey, I can. There's no reason to do this, but you can. Just be careful that you don't mow over everything or cultivate over everything. Oh, wow. I didn't realize this thing mows so fast. Yeah, baby. The only thing is, it does appear that sometimes it drops grass and sometimes it doesn't. So I think your mileage may vary. Up next, we have what I think is our first versatile mod in Farm Sim 25. I think. I know we've got versatile stuff in the DLC. This was not in the DLC. This was actually base game farming simulator. What was it? 22? 19? It was one of those. I can't remember. I think it was 22. It's been so long at this point, man. Nonetheless, let's talk about it. It's from Hispanomodding and JHHG. So we've got some cool people behind this one. As far as our engines go, we've got 583 at the very bottom and 665 at the top. As far as our wheel brands go, we got Trelleborg, your Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Ferguson, and we've got those lizard tires, which, looking at the comments, it seems that most people don't like on anything other than a big bud. And, yeah, they're interesting. It would be nice to have other rims on the LSWs, but I guess it just is what it is at the end of the day. Are these even LSWs? They are debranded so well. Yep, there we go. LSW 1400s. Haha. As far as some of the other ones, you do get a standard set, wheel weights, wide tires, wides with weights, twins, and then you get twins with weights, and then you get chunky twins with weights, and back into it. We'll just leave it on this setup for now. Beacon options, of course, being Hispano, you've got left, right, both, or nada window tinting from 0 to 100 in 25% intervals. Rear view mirror, I guess we need to take off the window tint. That actually removes the rear view mirrors, so there you go. 3-point, it does come with one by default, but it can be removed, as I know a lot of people don't like 3 points on articulated tractors. And then we get colors. If you have been looking to make more versatile colors, you could go in here and then like select it. I think there's a way to make these custom. So you basically can click that, yeah, then go into custom, and then you can save it. Now, I've already got mine saved from the DLC, but you could go in here, save these, and then you can make some more versatile colors, which I think is very, very cool. Very excited about this. Super pumped for it as well. Let's drop it into the game and see what we could do with it. Chunks. Man, this thing is wide, dude. Oh, man. I do have my steering turned all the way up, so it's going to be extremely agile. I think we only have mirrors again. Yeah, only the mirrors are moving around for this one. Kind of stinky. I do have IC turned on, but it doesn't look like this has any IC. God, look how far out those wheels go. This is pretty nice, especially if you're utilizing some of the DLC stuff and you wanted another one. You know, let's say a versatile that actually has some power. You know, not that the other ones don't or anything, or, you know, something that doesn't have tracks that's new. This, I think, is the perfect addition to all that DLC stuff. So definitely jump in, check it out. Those are some interesting wheels, though. And another Hispanomodding mod. This is the Massey Ferguson Series 6700S. On here, we've got between 150 and 200 horsepower with 185, 175, and 160 in between. The wheel options give us a Trelleborg set, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Ferguson, and a Nokian tire. And we've got pretty much everything that you would expect to see inside. Looking very good there. Front wheel fenders, we can add or remove those. Beacon lights, of course, left, right, both, or nada. Window tinting from 0 to 100 per usual. Quickie and Hauer front loaders. And then we've got colors for all of the things. Literally all of the things. It also says it has optional left and right rotating doors. However, that's not listed under the setup. So let's see kind of what we can get into here. Oh, okay. Yep. I don't... The doors do not rotate. I'm not sure in what world that was, but we have changeable mirrors. Those are moving around. Yeah. Nah, the doors aren't doing anything. And we got another returner mod, Slush's Modding's Lizard Vulcano. A little mini bike kind of thing right here. So this is a pretty quick little booger. It's also electric. Boogie Oogie Oogie. 54 horsepower, all electric, 120 kilowatt hour battery, goes 44 miles per hour. Wheel setups on here. We got small claws, small round claws, and standard. So you could choose between those. Kind of like that small claw a little bit. Let's go with that. Wrapping, you got a digital camo, forced camo 1 and 2, and back to it. So Not a whole lot going on with it. We'll go with digital camo for now. As far as our seat goes, we are able to change a few of those things up. The digital camouflage is not digital camouflage. I think maybe because the seat is set to black. What if we set this to white? Aha! Well, there it is. That's your problem right there. Let's see. As far as the colored part here, ooh, can we go with like a grayish chrome? Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. I'll take that. And I think it would be weird if we didn't go with black wheels, even though that said Volvo purple. You know what? We're going with it. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into with this one. Is there anything wild and crazy we could do? Nope. And it moves. I guess we would expect it to. I vaguely remember this being a lot smaller than this, but maybe that's just me thinking that. In FS25 anyway, it is a normal sized bike. So yeah, there you go. Oh, maybe this was what I was thinking of. It's also a Slush's modding mod, so there is that. But it has a regular engine. Yeah, maybe. Oh well, moving on. Rounding out our vehicles for today, Mr. Vectorman has brought us the Lizard Continental once more. If you're ready to ride low and slow, this is your ride. 200 horsepower, automatic transmission, 85 liters of fuel, 80 mile per hour max speed, and it weighs 2.5 tons. As far as your engine setup, you can add a Continental turbo, make it 300 horsepower, and we can give it a trailer hitch if you would like. From there, we just get main color and rim color. So there's your main, there's your rims. It is what it is. Let's grab this bad boy, throw it into the game. Ooh, it started low and slow on this one too. Are there any animations? No animations. Max speed of 80 miles an hour, which is pretty up there. Everything's centered around our driver, which is great news. And it takes its dandy time, just like a Lincoln would. Not bad at all. Now we're into tools. We have the Horsch Titan 34 UW. This holds 34,000 liters. Auger wagon crops only on it. 280 horsepower is recommended, but not required on here. A couple wheel brands, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT. And a couple of these we can make chunky boys and change them up. Then we got our main color and our rim colors. The mains, we actually have a couple different ones. Not the ones I would expect, but they do look great. And of course, we got those rim colors as well, with one of them being beige. I wonder which one that matches. Is it yellow? Nope, that doesn't match. Nope, that doesn't match. Nope, that doesn't match. I don't know who the beige is for. Also, I will mention this as well. For some reason, they have forgotten to change up the hubs. So the hubs are going to be red no matter what you do. It doesn't look great. Next is a neat one. This is the Lizard Highdump 700 from Frescow. So this would generally be used for forage harvesting. So you would hook this up behind either a small forager, something like that, you know, something that you have control over. You could also use it, I guess, with a regular one because you can remove the top. So that makes things a little bit easier. But that opening right in the front, that's where you would send the forage into. But it is a full-fledged regular tipper, so it holds all the stuff. Couple wheel brands, Continental and Michelin tires. I like the Michelin, so we'll go with that. And then we got the main, chassis, and rim. All right, so I'm gonna, don't ask why I'm in the middle of this field, but we are unfolding everything. Let's see, let's get it turned on. And there we go. So you can see it's kind of kicking it in that little hole right there. If we had something that was a little bit shorter, we would be all right. Why did this stop? I have no idea. Oh boy. That's fun to happen in the middle of a mod video. Well, we can bring the bunk up, which is very, very cool. And we can also move it down if we needed to. And we can even click unload. You know, just kind of dump it all out right there. If you needed it to. Well, now let's move the bunk on down a little bit. Might have something to do with the fact that I don't have... Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we can move it forwards and backwards. That's pretty neat. I will admit that. Let's also take this, bring it down a little bit, bring it back up. Can we turn it back on? Can we get it back working again? I don't know what has happened. Something has happened. There we go. Well, I've got it emptied out, and the trailer only fills up to 875 liters for some reason. I don't know why. Oh well, I don't have time to test it. If you have any issues, I'm having them too, and if you're not, somebody help. Run through the corn. Next up, we have the Lizard WS130G. This is based off of the Vecman WS130G that was released on the 10th of October on PC. And this is the crossplay version. On here, we got a couple different tipper versions. So we got a 5.6 ton, we got a 14 ton right there. Now we also have 14 ton bell trailer, which still somehow holds stuff, but we are able to remove sides. So that's kind of neat. Pop it up to 18.4. We have a 14,000 liter auger. Now what this does, because I tested already on the PC version, the front and the back are two different sections. So we have a 7,000 and 7,000. So if you needed to run like seeds and solid fertilizer to a seeder, that would be awesome. Because you've got the auger in the back, it actually will pop down and you're able to control which section it comes from. You can load into just about anything, which makes it super great. One of my favorite auger wagons in the farming simulator. Plus, we have a bell trailer, and then we have a bell trailer with some sides. Now, we can change up between a couple different wheel options between BKT and Vredestein, two very, very cool tires. We've got the colors of those different designs on the side. We have a trailer hitch, yes or no, if you wanted to run a couple of these together, and it even has IC. Does it really? You know, I didn't test the IC in the other PC version. Kind of want to take a look at this one because I have it installed right now. Holy cow, there's a bunch going on here. Let's see, unhook that. We can unhook this. Now this, of course, is unfortunately a PC only feature here, but man, they weren't kidding. You can actually remove all the sides. That's cool, man. Next up, the Lizard PO275. This is a 400 liter sprayer, 8 meters. It's 6 miles per hour. I'm pretty sure I used this in one of my series back in, or something similar to this back in Farming Simulator 22. Well, here it is in 25. We have a couple different setups. You can change up the outside, and then we can change up the tank. Otherwise, not a whole lot going on with it. Liquid fertilizer and herbicide, all the normal stuff. Getting near the end now, only 3 more to go. We've got the Goeweil Bell Spike TDE. This works with front loaders, not 3 points, though it looks like it should work with 3 points. It's got all the stuff there. Nonetheless, you can throw on a spike guard on the front, which could be added or removed. And then we could change up the color of the body and the color of the spikes. Now, I did try and utilize this with a 3-point because obviously right there we've got the bit for the 3-point and we've got the little pieces there at the very bottom, but it doesn't work. This is the 6700 that came out today. Unless it's got a mod conflict with it, it ain't working, dude. But it does work with front loaders. Next to last, we have the Traffic Light Pack Functional. Another one. We've got, I don't know, quite a few of these at this point, and I'm not quite sure what makes them all different. But you know what? It's here, so, you know, it is what it is. We may as well take a look at it. So, when we place it down, it is red. And I want to show you how this actually works. So right here, we've got a piece that comes down that the traffic says, oh no, 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 no. And that's what stops the traffic. If we come up to it and we change it to a green, that piece raises up and all good. We click it again and that piece comes back down. There's no collisions. However, the traffic for some reason looks at that and like freaks out. So that's how that works. There are 2 of them. They are in tools and you're going to place down the one that says traffic light left. That means the one where everything's to the left of it. Yeah, I didn't do it that way when I first placed mine down. And it's really hard to zoom all the way in because that's as far as it goes. Really wish we could zoom in further with that. And then traffic light right, which means the road is to the right of it, which means you're driving on the left-hand side of the road. It's confusing. Maybe I just made it confusing. Oh, and there's one other version as well. Hooks up to a car. You got the car trailer version right here. Choose direction, obstacle direction. So right means, well, roads to your right. Obstacle goes down that way. Left is left. Obviously, you get it. So there's a version that you can pull. You don't have to just have it up there. Also, it's a little weird in here in the store. Is everything that weird in the store? Yep. And lastly today, new ones for all platforms. Spooky season is here with Halloween Madness. Over here, we've got a cauldron with some spoopy things on the back. The jack-o'-lanterns. Why did I not think of that word? I'm an idiot. This will buy your grains, and then they say that this buys your products. Creeps me out, man. Creeps me out a whole lot. And at night, they freak me out. Check this out. So you got a ghost that pops up at night. And then this one's got a ghost that pops up at night. And you got a bubbling cauldron. How cool is that? They kind of look like they're doing a sultry dance instead of being haunting. But those do look super cool. So here's where we get into nighttime. And here's where you get into daytime. Very different. Those are cool, man. I like that. Usually we get stuff for like Christmas and that kind of thing. But you know what? Getting some spoopy season stuff, I'm down for it. Sadly, Halloween Madness has been removed from the mod hub as I finish this video, so just a quick heads up, if you've got it, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll reach out and find out, but yeah, it is removed for now. Now let's talk about some updates for our platforms. We got Horizonte Argentino. This is going to be version 1.0. They fixed an issue where fences did not display correctly on consoles, fixed an issue where soybeans would not grow in field 33 at the game's start, added a storage facility for purchasing pallets, which a new save game is required for. They've added a forklift at the vehicle dealer, also new save game required. Changed the selling point icon for the commercio, and adjustments to the PDA map. So it's very cool that they've shown us things that you need to save a game for and things that you don't. Very cool. Next, we got an update for the case Puma 185-260 from Goeweil. This is version 1.0.1, color fix and dashboard live configuration added. Skoda Kodiaq RS Plus version 1.0.2, new mod icon, added French German police skins, and added a new exterior paint colors. FutureTech Production version 2.0.1, down at the bottom, Smith Tool KG info trigger and large sand pallet collision corrected, compatibility with Universal Autoload established, and Universal Crusher now also accepts pallets with sanded stones. And lastly, from ICUS, we have the American Workshop version 1.0.3 fixed door collision. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players there, the Jiffy Hydump 700. Now this is basically exactly like the one that we saw for all platforms, so that is very, very cool. You just get all the normal branding, and that's about it. Configurations, you got the half roof, no roof, standard roof, Continental, Michelin tires, and colors for all the things. You got the bucket there, you got the frame, and you got the rims. Next, we got the Bauer V30. This bad boy is a Slurra tanker, 3,100 liter capacity on here. It's got a 7-meter work width and 9 miles an hour. As for tire brands, you got your Trelleborgs and your BKTs. You can throw on some decoration hoses, which is very nice to see. Well, just one around the back, I guess. And we could change the color of said hose. As far as everything else, 35 horsepower, weighs a little less than a ton by itself. That's about it. We've also got the Sonarol weight pack. Now, this is available with multiple different ones. We got 200, 300, 600, 800, 1,000, and 1,200 kgs on it. We got mouse control, and we've got full color support. As far as the mouse control goes, at least on my end, I think I've got everything set up correctly. Well, they both have it. So I'm not quite sure what the mouse control is in this situation. Next up, we've got hand plant saplings, which is back. Very, very cool. So with this one, we've got two different little bits and bobs right here to choose from. We can either run with the little box right here, or we can go with the big bags. The difference is 30 or 60 saplings, which each one can hold. Now, what about you? What can you hold? Well, you can hold a bag and a shovel. Or you come in here and grab a whole bag and a shovel. Everything looks to be working pretty well with the controller as well, which is what I'm using. And you can even just see at the top left-hand corner, I've got the controller settings. Oh, so let's see. Let's use this. We'll grab that. You see we got a red set up here. There's really nothing there. If we go over to an area that could be planted, I click plant tree. You need to fill the tool first. So we're going to come over here. We're going to click the button that says remove from pallet. And we have now got 10 lodgepole pines. And then all I got to do is that. This is it. And then it's done. It's very cool, huh? Very, very cool indeed. If we come back in here, we could drop that. And we've got our trees in there already. However, we can also bring them in here and add them to storage, which is very, very cool. We can also remove them from storage. And it works exactly the same way here. So I can just bring them over here, drop them in, and you're good to go. You could do that with any tree that you want. Boom. Now we got all that. We'll bring it back in here, drop it. Trees are in the bag. Pretty simple. I mean, it's a fairly easy mod to get on with, and very cool, very neat. I love it, man. I love it. And your last new one for PC and Mac players today, we have AutoRepairs, which keeps your vehicle healthy. It repairs your vehicle automatically when it's damaged. It repaints your vehicle automatically when it's worn out. And it cleans your vehicle automatically when it gets dirty. Now, by default, when you add this in, it is only going to auto-repair by default, and you will have to configure everything else in here. So we can see we've got timed update in seconds, which change the time interval when vehicle tools need to be checked. 180 to 600 seconds. We also have auto repair. Of course, that's going to be yes or no. Damage threshold 1 to 99. We got it set on 5 right now, which is pretty low. And then auto repaint, you can throw that on if you want to as well. And then the wear threshold for that, auto clean, and the dirt threshold for that as well. So if you wanted to do that, you can do that. Also, it does appear that it'll work in multiplayer. However, you need admin rights to access the settings menu. You can use the global settings for all farms or change by farm, which is very, very neat indeed. One thing to note as well, how to get it to pop up. Well, escape gets it rid of, and then left alt and the letter R. That'll pop it up for you. Lastly, today we have updates for PC and Mac players. First was the Hallig Luettenland. I think I said that partially correct, at least. Version 1001. Console ready! False, it is still PC only. Also, cowshed icons corrected, and minor cosmetic issues have been fixed. Next up, new Endeavor 4X. Man, big day for map updates. Version 1001. This is kind of in the middle of the mod desk. They fixed the lime station showing more than it should, remove some foliage from the forestry areas, giving the roads a dirt grass edge. Ooh, there you go. And fixed placement issue. They do say a new save game is not necessarily required, but may be needed depending on what you've done. And lastly, we have an update to Vehicle Years version 1004. They've added support for all MudHub mods per 2025-10-4. I think that is October the 4th, which was about 3 weeks ago. And there you go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new. Enjoy the DjGoHam. Bam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. If you missed the Highlands Fishing Garage and Shipyard trailer from this morning, definitely check that out. Unfortunately, Giant sent that over at about 4 a.m. my time, so I was unable to get a video prepared for you guys for it. However, I did still release the trailer. If there's anything else you saw in it that I missed, hey, you can let me know. Otherwise, I just hope you have an awesome day. Enjoy playing with the mods. I got cool stuff today. We'll see you in the next one.